My name is Elly Bollegraaf, and I was born on September the 19th, 1940. My birth certificate reads Elly Dwinger. I stayed with my aunt for 2 years. The reason was because my aunt had 2 children, and she had a husband. The husband was in hospital. One day, my mother happened to be visiting my aunt, and me actually, so she was going up the stairs, and a man came out of the first floor apartment, and this man happened to be a clergyman, and he had come to see the lady on the first floor because her husband was ill. And he said to this lady, "Who is this lady that's going up the stairs?" And she said, "Oh, that's a Jewish lady who's coming to see her little girl." He said, "A Jewish woman? What is she doing here? She should be in hiding." Well, of course, that was a very interesting comment, but we didn't know anyone who could hide us. We didn't have, in those days, people weren't skilled to do things that they were not familiar with, and hiding was something that seemed not normal, and anyway, we wouldn't have known who would hide us. And it was a very risky thing to hide a Jewish person because it was against the law. So, now, in the meantime, so what happened was this man happened to be a clergyman, and happened to be a Catholic. Now, there were also Protestants who did this. In this case, it was a Catholic priest, and he went to his church, and he knew a member in his congregation, Mr. Jan Canis, who hid Jewish people. And Jan Canis was a very, very prominent person in Amersfoort, where we lived, because he was head of the Telegraph Communication Network. It was a very prestigious job. He was a director there, and he had 5 children and a wife. And yet, he risked his life, and this was somewhat unusual because it was generally the 20 to 25-year-olds that dared do risque work. He said, "Well, I can't place you all in the same house, and certainly not that little girl, because children can keep secrets, and we always place children by themselves."